the party. There's a party going on right here. Oh, I'm live. Hello, welcome to Rocks Talk. It's good to see y'all. This is like a water cooler conversation that we get to have every morning. I don't know about you, but I feel like the Mondays, bye Sue Dog Mom, the Mondays are like popping in here. I should mention it's tax day. And as a result, I'm doing a sale on all of my products. So you can check those out, rockstalks.co. The code is tax. I think it's tax day 24. So if you want that, grab that 15% off of everything. I almost forgot to tell you all that. Shame on me. Okay. If that code doesn't work for some reason, because I gave you the wrong one, it is in the notes on YouTube. Okay, let's do, and you can message me and we'll get you what you need to get. So here's a little fun. We're going to start here. This weekend was Coachella. Everyone's been saying Coachella's been down in the ratings, but what they did know was coming to Coachella soon, not Lana Del Rey, not No Doubt, which we're going to talk about in a second, but Taylor Swift and Kelsey. We found out a couple weeks ago that Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift, if they stay together, which they're still together, we're going to be at Coachella. Do we like Swiftie? Do we like Kelsey? What team are we on? Well, here's the thing. They were, and they showed them. They were on stage. They were on stage like jamming, but not like on the side of stage, but there was a camera there. Now, why do I mention that? Well, A, because No Doubt had a reunion and they performed at Coachella. Now, they brought out Olivia Rodrigo. I don't think that was necessary. I don't need Olivia Rodrigo. Don't speak, Olivia. There's something about her just slightly off. That's okay. Anyhow, I also mentioned that because today, in 1996, No Doubt's Don't Speak came out. Do y'all remember that song? Oh my gosh. I would sing that song over and over again until my vocal cords literally hurt. It was so, like, you could just hear her angst. Y'all know that song? It's so good. So good. Also of note, here we go. Taylor Swift was there. But you know what Taylor Swift is doing on Friday? She's releasing, I know, such a good song, right, Wine Girl? She's releasing her new album. You know, the one like not Dead Poet Society, but it kind of sounds like that. It's kind of like that. I mean, I don't know if it's like that. I'm sure it's not like the movie, but it's something about a poet society. It's coming out. The name is the Tortured Poets Department. Sorry if you're a Swiftie. I got that. I got the poet right. And department and society kind of similar. It is coming out now. It is her 11th studio album, PSM, by the way. And they're saying that it could have a major impact, kind of like Cowboy Carter. Let me go back a step. Do you think that Taylor Swift's album could or will have an impact? I think that could be switched to see in a moment, a would. Now, here's the other thing I thought was interesting, though. They said that Cowboy Carter, Beyonce's album, is linked with the rise of two things. You ready? Number one happens to be Western boots. Why don't I say cowboy boots? Number two happens to be denim. Denim and cowboy boots are having its heyday because of Cowboy Carter. I thought that was interesting. Wine Girl says if Taylor performs at Coachella, there will be no reservations and lodging for Mouse. I think they wouldn't actually have her for that exact reason. They would have to shut down an important and a big part of California. Like, I think they want it, but they don't know how to do it. And then you're going to have the rise of like all of these moms being the trendy moms bringing their kids. And I don't know if these moms know how to glamp properly. You know what I'm saying? There would be some major glamping going on. And I just don't like that. She needs a stadium. She needs a stadium. Number three, Beyonce singing Western songs. What do you mean number three? Number three, you mean the song that she's on? I do enjoy the album. It's not it's as much as a country album as, I guess, Taylor Swift's albums when she did her crossover, or that Shania Twain. Like, that's how much of a country album. But there's a lot of good in there. Don't get me wrong. And Blackbird is why I came to see it for sure. Do you know what else came out today in songs? Do you remember Nasty Boys Don't Mean a Thing? Who sang that one? Do you remember? It came out in 1986, 10 years before No Doubt. And then maybe it's just a day for songs. 1997, the Wine Girl, I love this. For some reason, they blocked what you said, which is so funny. Maybe screaming, maybe Swifties. I don't know. Yes, it was Janet. Janet sang it. And do you remember who was in, like, they show her backup dancers and singers? And you know, one of them was Paula Abdul, because she choreographed for Janet. And she's in there. If you go back and watch, because I know you want to, you have nothing better to do on tax day. She literally is in the movie theater eating popcorn and goes, Nasty Boys. And you can literally see Paula Abdul. I'm like, okay, Paula. Also of note, Hanson's Mbop. That song You know, there's earworm songs. This was not an earworm. This was like an annoying worm. Bop, bop. Does anyone know what it means? I should have looked that up. It means something. I'm not sure what it means, but it had a meaning. What I heard them sing, the brothers, the Hanson brothers, they sang, oh, this means that have to talk about Jobo. So this is so good. Is that the new version? You heard it as well too? Like what they were singing a couple years ago, they are actually their vocals and their tight harmonies. You know, siblings have some tight harmonies. So good. You should listen to it. I agree. Also, I'm glad I mentioned them because I almost forgot. On Friday, some news came out. Yeah, the new one sounded way better. You should definitely, you're gonna go watch Nasty, that video, and you're gonna go then listen to Umbop, the new version. Okay, so just so you know, if news comes out on Friday, it's because they don't want you to know about it. Okay, because I think if someone puts out news, it's usually bad news that they want the cycles to forget about. And I did forget about this one, but I'm glad I remembered. Did you hear what happened with the Jonas Brothers? Their last 7 months have not been good because of middle-aged Joe Bro, the one who broke with Sophie Turner and all that weirdness he was doing. We'll get a load of this. They announced that their European tour is going to be delayed by 5 months. They're like, hey, we want to let you know now because we know it'll be easier. People are in arms. The Joe Bro friends in Europe are not happy. They didn't give a reason. And what I follow Molly McPherson, she's a PR like guru, crisis counselor. You should check her out. She's super interesting. She says that if you don't give people a reason, if it's a bad reason, if you don't give them a reason, they're going to fill in the blanks. I don't know. So Julie says her son keeps finding these older artists for the first time, and then he's shocked. I know it makes you the cool mom, right? I remember when I was younger and I'd sing a song, my parents like, oh, I know that song. I'm like, how do you know that song? He discovered Janet and Donna Summer. Oh my goodness. Donna Summer. Oh my goodness. And Janet. Those are two great. Music was, I know this is going to age me, but music was better back then. There's songs I love here, don't get me wrong, but music overall was better back then. Columbus. Wine Girl, what did I say that remind you of Columbus? Tell me more. Tell me more. Fill in that blank for me. Okay. Now, I have to remind you a couple things. And if you're watching on the TikTok, which you should come on over and hang out, the water's warm, y'all. It is tax day. Y'all know that, right? It's tax day. So this is your day to either do your taxes or file your extension, please. I love 80s music too. 80s, 90s, so good. You know what though? I have like a wish for all of us. Mark Cuban came out. Do we know who Mark Cuban is? Mark Cuban looks a little like this. Y'all, I'm doing images. And if you're on, I'm telling you, come on over. Rock's Talk Show. Mark Cuban came out and he said he is proud to pay his part of taxes. Do you know how much he has to pay? He's paying $288 million. Caucasian Mexican, please stay here. Are you there? Please, I have something I've been wanting to tell you for a while, Caucasian Mexican. So please tell me if you're there. Pop in the chat. Every time you come, you leave, and I never get a chance to tell you. Wine Girl says Christopher Columbus kids think they discovered great things. Can I borrow that? She said it's like Christopher Columbus. Like you think he discovered it, but it was already discovered. Like remember when Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, and it's like, oh, but it was already discovered. So good. Do we know, is Caucasian Mexican still in the room? Y'all, this could be the running joke. He left. I'm never going to tell him this thing. Ever. One day. I'm like, he's here, and he runs away. $288 million. My hope for you and I is that next year we have to pay the IRS $288 million in taxes just for 1 year. Because if we do, it means we are rolling, means we're able to have some wonderful impact in the world, do good for the world, impact, freedom, the whole 9 yards. We'll be paying it from our island. Sound good? And not like a Zuckerberg island, which is just like a snotty, bratty kid island. I mean like a fun island where you're just like, let's celebrate life. That is my wish for us. You know that if you pay $288 million, that's after like finding what do they call those things that you get to? I just did my taxes yesterday. You think of those things that you like, not those things, credits, not credits, but I don't know. It took me 5 hours to do it yesterday, and it's that thing, like if your house, you get a thing and a thing, a kid, there's a thing. What is that thing called? Y'all, I don't know, but the thing you do with the taxes and you get a thing. Credit is a tax credit. Am I starting to say credit? I think I'm saying credit. I don't know. You know what was in what I hope is not in your dreams? I love no one is telling me what it is. That's cracking me up. We're just gonna let you flail on that one, Roxanne. Do you see this? You don't see it. But if you were with us over here, you'd see it. Another reason to come on over here. This little ditty right here is an AI nightlight. It's a robotic nightlight that will guide you to the bathroom in the middle of the night or your kids. Look at that. I want you to just really, I'm going to make it really big so you can really see that, y'all. They put a cube, if you can imagine it, YouTubers, because you can't see it. They took a cube, like a box cube with a halogen like light on it, okay? And they put it on a robotic spider. And they're going to have this spider crawling around your house as your nightlight to guide, wait for it, the kid to the room. Listen, there has got to be a better way. Brittany says, I'd rather hit my toe on the bed frame. Thanks. Same. Because, I always say, listen, with the Teslas and things, do we realize with those Teslas, those computers, like they could decide, let's have all the Teslas go to the center of town or do whatever. They could. I mean, listen, we can't fight it. Siri can do all sorts of things to me, I'm sure, and surely Alexa can as well too. But at least they don't look like spiders. Like if this one turns on you, it's your fault. Seriously. If you get an AI robot that has literally 6 or 7 claws and is like with a box on it, and if it turns on you, you asked for that. Just because look at it. It comes out of some sci-fi movie. No, thank you. And you cannot tell me kids are not afraid of that. You cannot tell me. That child must have been a robot child that they used for that video. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, it came out of Japan. We'll see what's going to go on with it, but it is a thing. Okay, get a load of this. I had to delete that from my billboard because I don't want to see that thing again. I'm just saying. But you know who I do want to talk about? Oh my goodness. Now, if you were here earlier, you know who, Maximum Overdrive vibes. Exactly. You know who these two people are. Okay, so y'all, back in the day, I'm aging myself. These two people, this man and this woman, had this story that was super personal that came out and we all heard about. The story was this. Her name was Lorena. There once was a woman named Lorena who, I can't rhyme this. I can't do it. Who got upset with her husband. We will never really know why. I don't know if did he cheat? Was he abusive? Whatever it is, she said, I can't take it anymore. So she grabbed a kitchen knife, which in my mind has got to be like an actual kitchen, like a not a butter knife, but I don't think it was I don't know what it was. Anyhow, he was abusive. Thank you for running, Julie. He was abusive. So what'd she do? She got her revenge, yo. While he was sleeping, in a movie or something, she took a knife from the kitchen and she cut off his schmeckle. You know what a schmeckle is, right? It was gone. Not only did she do that, right? Which I don't know. I can't remember if he woke up or not what was happening. But then she got into the car and she drove around with it. I don't know what I think. To pick it up, it can't look good at that point. It's bloody and gross. It really doesn't look good generally anyway, right? Oh, I have all sorts of questions. Now that I'm older, I was in a high school. I was like, ooh, I'm like, how do you do that? Anyway, she drove around with it and then finally threw it out the window. This is true. I know some of you are too young to know this actually happened in America. Only in America does that happen. Seriously. I keep forgetting to use that with the AI spider. Anyway, this happened. He came out. She tossed it. She tossed it out of the car door. They did find on the side of the road. And can we just take a moment of silence? Wait, let me see my. Nope, not that. Not that. Not that. No. Can we just have a moment of silence for the poor person? I think it was a police officer who had to find it on the road, had to pick it up, and had to get it to where it needed to go because, y'all, they found it in time and you want to give them applause. Okay, we'll give them applause. They earned a bonus, but a bonus with people laughing at you. You get that bonus, but you're the one. Yeah. So maybe a $280 million bonus would be nice. They actually reattached it. So they go to court. She gets off for temporary insanity. That was also the time when women were getting off with temporary insanity a lot. Not that I'm saying she was lucid insane, but that was like a woman scorned that really in the early 90s it gave it a thing. So she gets off, although OJ got off and he was not. Yeah. So anyway, alas, that's a whole nother. Anyway, so you remember this, Trina? Yeah, yeah. It's still being talked about as a joke to men. It is like, don't let me bob at you. The fact that his last name was Bobbit was just gold. Okay. Yeah. Wine goes like, listen, she was an American hero. Let's be real. Which is also why I think she got off. And he was able to get off too. Ba-dum bum ching. I do have a bum ching. No, no. Here it is. Because they were able to put it back together. They were able to reattach it. And then he went on, my friends, to actually, he went into adult movie business, if you know what I mean, and had a career there. Now, the reason I bring this up, maybe I should tell you why before we make jokes about that and all the things, but actually, yes, he did, Shelley. Oh, he did. The reason I bring him up, though, in all seriousness, is that he actually had his feet, his toes were amputated. This is why. So a different digit. I'm sorry, I had to. Where's my butt? I'm bumping. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So what happened a year ago is he had him because he was a Marine. I didn't know this part about him. Camp Lejeune. If you know Camp Lejeune, bad place. We actually have a family member who was in Camp Lejeune and has Parkinson's. Bad place. Because the water is contaminated, the government knew about it. And so literally generations, people who were in there, bad things. Lots of birth defects. If you're lucky to not have a miscarriage, lots of lots of things. Well, he got whatever he got from being there. They actually had to amputate his other digits. He's wearing like a prosthetic like shoe now. I know, right? Yikes is right. But you know what's interesting? Couple things about that. No joke about that's so sad. And I two things he said. Number one, yeah. Okay, can I wine girl? How you knew how to change the P to the B was, she said he went on to perform in videos. Hold on. Telemarketer. He went on to perform in Rhymes with Born videos like the garden tool he is. This is a piece of news we need to know. Love that. Let me just do a little. That was supposed to be, y'all, I got to label these because it messes up the moment. I'm so sorry. Okay, now here's the thing. He said he thinks that Camp Lejeune is the reason he was so mean to his wife. I think he should not even brought it up. Time has passed. We know time served. You lost your schmeckle, and you got it back. For him to say that Camp Lejeune is which it did mental things, but I'm like, don't bring her up. Y'all are divorced. Her life has moved on. She changed her name. She used her other last name, her maiden name, and went on to have a life. Anyway, that not cool. But I do think it's interesting that one person, big ol' eye roll, that one person actually had to have that many surgeries relating to things that stick out of their body. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. I hope he went on to live like a nice life and was nice and kind. But these people, if you did not grow up in the 90s, you missed up, or you missed out on this. This was regular. We didn't need the Kardashians. We didn't need the Real Housewives of wherever. We didn't need any of that. We didn't need The Bachelor. We had this. This is what we had. You can't, listen, I'm kind of nostalgic. I kind of want to put on a little 90s music and just get back there in a lot of ways. Yeah, I wonder if he is trying to cash it. He was there. But he did lose his digits. So there's that. Yeah. But it was so good. That was normal. Court TV had its heyday because wild things like this were just happening. Only in America. Living in America. Which is a good reminder. Don't forget to do your taxes or file your your extension. Okay, you ready? We're going to talk about, it's here. These y'all, are you digging the pictures? I was like, I want pictures. All right. It feels like a show. Real drama. Yeah, we didn't need to make the drama up. Exactly. We didn't have any golden bachelor nonsense where we're together. You make me swoon over you, get married 3 months later, and then you get divorced. We didn't have that. We had real relationships where people were cutting off eggplants. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. Cheers to the 90s. And to Caitlin Clark, PSN, by the way. I am loving her. And she was on Saturday Night Live, last night or 2 nights ago. I don't watch Saturday Night Live anymore. I didn't remember to watch it and whatnot. But what I do love and what I could watch over and over again is the news part of it. And she was on the news section. And apparently there's Michael Che and Yost, the guy who's married to Black Widow. And how apparently Michael Che has been making a lot of women's basketball jokes over the last couple of months. And he had one last night or that night, I keep saying last night, it was 2 nights ago, where I guess he was like, oh, Caitlin Clark is retiring her jersey and they're giving her an apron. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Well, then she comes out and she gives him heart. She's like, yeah, you're great with jokes. I'm great with basketball, but I did a couple jokes and would you like to read them for me? And it was just like, they were hilarious, like just tooling on him. And I love when they make him read jokes that are like tooling on him. So it was great. She's in New York right now because the WNBA draft is tonight. And she is going to be number one unless Indiana messes up. Wine Girl doesn't know most of these reality stars today. I will be talking about them. We didn't need a real Scandal. We didn't need Scandal. We had the real stuff back then. We did. But don't worry, I will keep you abreast on just what you need to know to be like relevant, to be like in a conversation, know what people are talking about. Caitlin Clark, real life though, amazing. So Indiana has the number one draft pick, which means they're the worst team. And you know how that works. If you're the worst, you get the first. Which, can we just say, the baby boomers always get down on the millennials and below. And they're always like, well, the baby boomers, the reason for this. Like, everyone gets a trophy. That's so bad. Okay, yeah, that's not, I don't think everyone needs a trophy. But do you realize, baby boomers, you started the whole draft thing about where if you're the worst team, you get rewarded by getting the best player. Can you imagine being so amazing in college that you get to be with a crappy team? Like, think about all those Heisman Trophy winners in football. Oh, you're the best. So you get to be with the rest. Anyway, alas, Caitlin Clark is going to Indiana unless Indiana is not smart enough to take her. Literally, even if they have a good, what's she, a point guard, they got to take her. It would be the story. I will lead with that story tomorrow if she's not number one, because it's like, what did Indiana do? That's when the Indiana Congress will get up there, legislature, like, we're so sad. And, they don't even watch women's basketball. But I think it'll be great I would love to see what's going to happen to the economy in Indiana. People just wanted to see this phenom. She's amazing. She will be going to the Olympics. I'm an Olympic diehard. Y'all just need to know this. I don't even know, we'll have to figure out the schedules. We will be talking about the Olympics. I am obsessed with the Olympics. That is my thing. It's my jam. P.S. And by the way, little known fact, I ran the Olympic torch for the Atlanta Games through Arizona. They did a whole torch run and I was chosen. I don't know how they knew. I'm not a runner either, P.S. And by the way, I like to dance my way around, but I did run that. And I have the torch. True story. I need to get it and maybe I'll show it to you one day. Anyhow, all that to say, she better be playing in the Olympics. People are wondering about her. You know what's interesting? This is such a female thing, bad, good, or otherwise. You see her jacket? You don't see it on YouTube because you're not watching my show on TikTok, but you can Google it, or just come over here, Rocks Talk Show. This jacket, people are like, that's weird. It's an N. Is it Nebraska? No, it's Nike. It's a $500 Letterman jacket from Nike, and now the world is clamoring to get their hands on it. True story. Julie said, by the way, the Olympics transportation is not ready and it's going to be a mess. I have a whole opinion on the Olympics and what we need to not do, but it's going to sound very like, oh, she's an American, and that's okay. We need to stop putting the Olympics in places that are not ready for it. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Or people that don't have places that don't have the infrastructure, because they build these big auditoriums and they spend all this money and then they go into debt because no one uses them after. Just let's get over it. Let's do it in London. Let's do it in the US of A. Let's do it in places that already have these stadiums. You can do it in Canada, because what's happening now? Paris can't figure out the transportation. Great. That'll be a fun experience. Awesome. I'm just saying. I know. I'm saying. Okay. So Caitlin Clark, check her. If you have a moment today, and you do, if you're doing your taxes and you're like, I got my taxes due, Roxanne, it's a good distraction. Go watch this. I did during mine. The video is awesome. Just put in Caitlin Clark. live, and it's funny and it's so good and it's wholesome. And I wish her well in Indiana. All right. Did we cover all the things? By the way, y'all, this is your time as well, too. So if there's something that you want to talk about, you're like, oh my gosh, we need to talk about XYZ. All you got to do is tell me. Pop it in the chat and let me know. Oh, you're thinking about LA. Don't you talk about my LA that way, Julie. Julie, they still have time. 2028. Okay, so sorry, Paris. You're probably ready to go. And we still should do the Olympics. I'm excited about LA because it's in my back door. Is that right? That sounded weird, but you get me. It's right around the corner. Wow. Okay. Did we cover all the things? I think we might have, but we're going to keep on talking. But I'm going to say goodbye to you. Goodbye, YouTube, not you. You. YouTube, we'll see you later. Peace. And oh, by the way, don't forget, I'm doing a sale on everything. 15% off of all of the Rocks Talks things today. Just use, I think it's tax day 24 is the code. Message me if that's not it. But you don't want to or look in the captions if you're on YouTube. You don't want to miss out on the deal. All right, take care. Bye. Don't go anywhere. I'm still with you. Yeah, you know what, Julie?